Shri Ali Rizvi sir, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. M.C. Mishra, Director, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Shri V. Srinivas, Deputy Director, Administration, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, for your esteemed presence. In order to capture our journey to this point to inaugurate Ahpcon-2016 at Aiims. Thank you very much, sir. I express my gratitude to our distinguished guest, Dr. G.K. Rath, Chief IRCH Aiims, Dr. A.K. Sen, Head Pathology, RML Hospital, Dr. Mrs. Anju Jain, Head Biochemistry, Lady Hardinge Medical College, Dr. Mrs. Sunita Sharma, Director Pathology, Dr. Surendra Kumar Verma, Head Pathology, JIPMER, Dr. Professor Manjula Jain, Dr. Professor K.S. Anand, Dr. Narendra Saini, Former Secretary General IMA, Dr. Y.P. Bhatia, Dr. S. Huku, Chairman Radiotherapy B.L. Kapoor, Dr. A.K. Anand, Director Radiotherapy Maths, Shri B.S. Murthy, Director Allied Health Services, Ministry of Health, Dr. Indu Singh, Griffith University, Australia, Mr. Dionysus, President Greek Laboratory Association, Greece, Mr. Philip Moria, Senior Radiation Therapist, Descovatas, Lisbon, Faculty of European Society of Radiation Oncology, Dr. B.K. Rana, Joint Director, Quality Council of India, for making conference fruitful with your gracious inputs. Ahpcon is a common national scientific event organized with an aim of sharing scientific developments and common professional issues of medical technology professions in health sector. This conference is an opportunity for all allied health professionals because plenary lectures of eminent health professionals, guest speakers and dignitaries from ministry will contribute their expertise to exchange their knowledge under one roof and strive in contributing harmonizing healthcare professions for better tomorrow for us. Respected Rizvi sir, we wish to submit our feelings for your kind attention and needful that since after 65 years of independence, India does not have any streamlined system to regulate. Request for setting up of central regulatory mechanism for allied health education and professions, as allied health professions are the backbone of the medical system of the country. There is a good step that these issues are under initial initiatives by Ministry of Health to enhance the development and education of allied health professionals, which will be grooming towards a global perspective with a unique harmonization among these professionals when the wheel turning with modern state-of-the-art equipment for patient diagnosis, patient treatment to serve the society of current medical system. I would like to make a special thanks to Mr. Kaptan Singh Shehrawat, Dr. Pankaj Kaul, who is the driving force behind the creation of Ahpcon. Our JFMTI is a living testimony to the fact that a small group of people driven by a strong passion, Mr. Harish Mohan, Mr. Hari Mohan, Mr. Harish Pandey, Mr. Sadish Dubey, Mr. Mohan Bhagwat, I thanks to for their dedication. Hopes our prayer goes up and blessing comes down for betterment in the field. We are thankful to all the delegates, invited national and international guests for your valuable inputs. I wish a grand success to this meet.
From New Delhi. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Sri Ali R. Rizvi, IAS Joint Secretary Ministry. Dr. D.K. Sharma, Medical Superintendent Aims, Dr. Pankaj Kaul, President JFMTI, Dr. Indu Singh, Associate Professor, Mr. G.S. Vadhavan, Organizing Chairpersons, other eminent dignitaries of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, faculty members from various health institutions of country, office bearers of JFMTI, my dear colleagues, friends and well-wishers. It is my proud privilege to welcome you all to the second National Allied Health Professional Conference 2016 of the Joint Forum of Medical Technologists of India. It is indeed a pleasure and honor for us to organize such a mega conference in India's most prestigious health institutions, Aiims, New Delhi. Ahpcon 2016 is the second biennial conference being organized for all major unregulated health streams. Basically, unregulated means there is no regulator for these allied health sciences till date, so that's why we are calling them unregulated, with an objective of deliberating upon the common national issues of these streams. First such conference was organized in RML Hospital, PGIM auditorium in 2014, which was very successful, and more than 600 delegates have participated in that conference. Honorable Secretary, then the Secretary, Sri Love Verma, Secretary Health and Family Welfare, was the chief guest of that conference. Sir, Joint Forum of Medical Technologists of India, already my colleague has explained, is a national registered voice of all allied health sciences, like medical laboratory science, radiology technology, radiotherapy technology, operation theatre technology, dialysis technology, neurology technology, cardiology technology, etc., etc. This forum is getting a global recognition also. This is a partner organization in World Health Organization also. Honorable Sir, since its establishment of JFMTI, it is working hard and striving hard for the establishment of a central regulatory body for major streams of allied health sciences and medical technology, and also actively pursuing for the standardization, advancement and betterment of allied health sciences. In this context, I hope and request to our policymakers to please expedite the process for establishment of a regulatory body for AHPs in line with other regulatory councils of health sector. Sir, we are happy that Government of India, Ministry of Health has already accepted an overarching terms allied health professional, AHPs, instead of paramedics now. So we are proud to share with you that we are the part of various initiatives of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in process of standardization, advancement and core curriculum, and more than scenario, proposed regulatory framework and future roadmap for revamping of allied health professional under NIAS, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India initiative. We are committed to provide scientific programs. We hope delegates will find it useful not only to gain the insight into professional knowledge, but also share experiences with their colleagues from other streams about their professional challenges and opportunities ahead. I wish to extend my special thanks to all our colleagues who had planned to join us on the occasion, but unfortunately they are struck due to the recent outbreak of JAT agitations resulted into disruption of major essential services across country. I am highly grateful to all those delegates who join us even after having various trouble in reaching here. I would like to share with you that more than 750 delegates have registered so far. Apart from sport registrations, around 800 registrations are there. This is a big recognition to this conference. I am thankful to all of them for showing their profound interest for making success of this event. I am indeed grateful to all my distinguished guests for sparing time. I know, sir, you are having very busy schedules, and still you are amongst us. So really thankful to you all. We are honored by the presence of Sri Ali R. Rijviji, our Joint Secretary, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. D.K. Sharma, Medical Superintendent, Aiims, and Sri V. Srinivas, who are today with us. My special thanks to the international faculty who took lot of pain by traveling such a long distance for being with us. Our association in general and myself in particular are grateful to them. My colleague did all the groundwork and I just coordinated the affairs. Thanks to all of them. Lastly, I thank to my colleagues and family members for being source of constant encouragement and inspiration. They have been tolerating my impatience at home and still showering happiness all over me. Again, I welcome and thank you all to enjoy this conference as an academic feast and discover your potential for better patient care in the beautiful and ancient city of New Delhi. Long live JFMTI. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Dignitaries on the dais, including Shri Alit Rijviji, Joint Secretary, Shri Giri Srinivas, Deputy Director Administration, Mr. G.S. Vadhavan, Dr. Pankaj Kaul, Mr. Genesis, Dr. Indu Singh, and Mr. K.S. Sharat. Faculty colleagues, expert speakers, and most importantly, participating delegates from all over the country. आज हम सब यहाँ पर इकट्ठे हुए हैं एक ये ज्वाइंट फोरम ऑफ मेडिकल टेक्नोलॉजी एसोसिएशन ऑफ इंडिया जो अपनी सेकंड कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहा है इसके लिए, और इसके इनॉग्रेशन के शुभ अवसर पर मुझे आपके साथ होते हुए बहुत हर्ष है। हम सब जानते हैं कि अब वह समय नहीं रहा कि अनक्वालिफाइड या सेमी क्वालिफाइड लैब टेक्नीशियंस और अटेंडेंट्स की मदद से सभी प्रकार के लैब इक्विपमेंट्स को हैंडल किया जा सकता था। लेकिन पिछले कुछ दशकों में मेडिकल टेक्नोलॉजी के फील्ड में जितनी ग्रोथ और डाइवर्सिफिकेशन हुई है, शायद वो किसी भी दूसरे सेक्टर से अनपैरेलल्ड है। आज के समय में विभिन्न प्रकार के मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट, चाहे वो डायग्नोस्टिक इक्विपमेंट हो, चाहे थेरापेटिक इक्विपमेंट हो, और सभी प्रकार के टेक्नोलॉजी के जो साथी हैं वो इस फोरम में एसोसिएटेड हैं। जैसा कि बताया गया, लगभग 15 तरह के टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट साथी इस फील्ड में हैं। तो इस तरह का जो डाइवर्सिफिकेशन हुआ है, तो उसमें तरह तरह के इक्विपमेंट यूज करने के लिए हमें डिफरेंटली क्वालिफाइड और ट्रेंड टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट की आवश्यकता है। मेडिकल टेक्नोलॉजी फील्ड में जिस तेजी से एवोल्यूशन हो रहा है तथा आज के समय में मेडिकल टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट पेशेंट केयर सर्विस में एक बहुत अहम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं, चाहे वह एक छोटा नर्सिंग होम हो, चाहे एम्स जैसा विख्यात मेडिकल इंस्टीट्यूट। और जैसे जैसे मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट्स और टेक्नोलॉजी का विकास हुआ है, मेडिकल टेक्नोलॉजी की डिमांड भी उसी प्रोपोर्शन में बढ़ी है। और शायद इसी कारण आज के वक्त में हमारे देश में अच्छे क्वालिफाइड और ट्रेंड मेडिकल टेक्नोलॉजी की कमी है, जिसे पूरा करने के लिए भारत सरकार नए पैरामेडिकल इंस्टीट्यूट खोलने पर भी विचार कर रही है। लेकिन हमें मेडिकल टेक्नोलॉजी के नंबर के साथ साथ क्वालिटी ऑफ ट्रेनिंग का भी ध्यान रखना होगा, ताकि पेशेंट केयर सर्विसेज को एक क्वालिटी सेफ एनवायरनमेंट के अंदर, जो सेफ हॉस्पिटल एनवायरनमेंट के अंदर प्रोवाइड किया जा सके। आज के टेक्नोलॉजी इंटेंसिव मेडिकल केयर के समय में मेडिकल टेक्नोलॉजी की मदद के बिना विभिन्न प्रकार के डायग्नोस्टिक और थेरापेटिक डिपार्टमेंट्स को चला पाना लगभग असंभव सा है। इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के इनॉग्रेशन के अवसर पर मैं AHPCon की ऑर्गेनाइजिंग कमेटी को कांग्रेचुलेट करना चाहूँगा कि उन्होंने एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण टॉपिक के ऊपर अपनी सेकंड नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन किया है। जैसे कि पहले बताया जा चुका है कि लगभग 15 विभिन्न मेडिकल टेक्नोलॉजी के एसोसिएशन इस जॉइंट फोरम के तहत इकट्ठे हुए हैं और उनके रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं। मैं सभी डेलीगेट्स को इस 2 दिन के एकेडमिक साइंटिफिक डेलिब्रेशंस के सक्सेसफुल कंडक्ट के लिए बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं तथा इस कॉन्फ्रेंस को बहुत बहुत आभार प्रकट करता हूं कि उन्होंने यहाँ पर एक इतना अच्छा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन किया है। धन्यवाद।
Sir, for sharing your deep knowledge with us. Now I invite Dr. Indu Singh to address the gathering. Next. Give her a big round of applause.
Dignitaries, friends, and all the colleagues. I wasn't here for the first one, but I've been keeping in touch with what's happening here. I was in India. I'm originally from here. I was here about 30, 40 years ago. I was at Chandigarh PGI. I was a graduate from Punjab. And in those days, our education was so good that wherever I went in the world, I've been to 20 different countries. I never had to pass any exam, never had to do any registration. I was recognized. Things have changed since then, and I've seen that. And I would like to say, whatever the important role the ministry plays and the administration plays, that's really important. They need to provide all the resources and guidelines, but the backbone is us, all of us here. We can't do anything, no matter what resources. Yes, it's very important for these people to provide resources, and we do need that. Without that, you can't have a universal health care. But without us, you can't do anything with that universal health care. So what we need is for us to understand more than 70% Muslims, health care, health support is provided by us. How many people are aware of what we do? No more than 2%. Ask anybody on the street, doctors and nurses, all they care about. So it's our responsibility to make sure that we are raising our awareness to the world. We are providing the support that doctors and nurses need. We have shortage of the healthcare. And for that, I'll give a little bit of 10-15 minutes of talk about where we are today in India. That's where the rest of the world was 5 to 10 years ago. And we really had to struggle hard, in Australia particularly, in the last 5 years. But it took us only 4 years to achieve, and within 5 years, we have achieved what everybody else a small country like Australia can do it. We've got more talent here in India, and I'm sure we all can do it together. But we have to do it together. That's all I'd like to say, and just make sure that all the dignitaries here understand that without their support, nothing can be done. But without your implementation and without your cooperation, we cannot train a good healthcare team, and we need that for good healthcare. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. It will be a great pleasure for us to listen to you again in our future events.
Now I invite Shri Ali R. Rizvi sir to address the gathering. Give him a big round of applause, my friends. Ali R. Rizvi.
आप सभी को मेरा नमन, सुप्रभात। स्टेज पे विराजमान श्री वी श्रीनिवास, मेरे कोलीग और डिप्टी डायरेक्टर एम्स, डॉक्टर बीके शर्मा, एम्स के मेडिकल सुपरिटेंडेंट, श्री कप्तान सिंह सहरावत जी, हमारे इस इवेंट के ऑर्गेनाइजिंग सेक्रेटरी, डॉक्टर वधावन या मिस्टर वधावन जो ऑर्गेनाइजिंग चेयरपर्सन हैं इस इवेंट के, डॉक्टर इंदू सिंह, डॉक्टर पॉल, and I'm sorry, our friend from Greece, I'm very bad in pronouncing names, so Danasis? Okay. सबसे पहले आप सबका इस इवेंट में आने के लिए मेरी तरफ से सबका हार्दिक अभिनंदन। मैं खास करके हिंदी में बोल रहा हूं क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा एहसास हुआ कि अधिकतर लोग शायद हिंदी में ज्यादा कंफर्टेबल होंगे, और शायद मैं जो बोलना चाहूं वो, और या बोलना मैं चाहता हूं वो आप तक ज्यादा अच्छे ढंग से, ज्यादा सक्रिय ढंग से, ज्यादा सशक्त ढंग से आप तक पहुंच सके। एक ही वक्ता ने यहां बात की, डॉक्टर इंदू ने, जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट, मेरे हिसाब से सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट, सबसे लाजमी चीज है जब हम इस तरह के फोरम्स में बात करते हैं। और मेरा अपना पर्सनल और मिनिस्ट्री में आज की डेट में ये एक सामान्य सी बात है कि हम ये मान के चल रहे हैं। उदाहरण मैं दूंगा अपनी ये 5 उंगलियों का। अगर हमारी ये 5 उंगलियां हैं और इनमें से 2 कट जाती हैं, 3 कट जाती हैं, 1 कट जाती हैं, ठीक है कि कुछ ट्रेनिंग करके हम अपने हाथ को इस्तेमाल कर लेंगे, लेकिन कुछ समय तक ये हाथ वो काम सारा नहीं कर सकता जो ये करने में सक्षम है। इसलिए हमारी मान्यता है कि हेल्थ सेक्टर से जो भी लोग जुड़े हुए हैं, चाहे वो डॉक्टर्स हों, चाहे वो मेडिकल लैब टेक्नीशियंस हों, चाहे वो
Thank you, sir, for your prestigious words.
Now I request our delegate to proceed for the high tea. A short break of 20 minutes.
We'll be back in 20 minutes. Till then, bye.
तो बनाओ यार। हेलो हेलो आने वाले जोशी जी 2 भी 2-3 लेयर सेट
And professional services for allied health professionals.
I would like to call our doctor for plenary session. Now I would like to call Dr. YP Bhatia, Managing Director, Astron Hospital and Healthcare.
A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Now you are energized. Please put your hand together for everyone coming up on the stage.
Now I would like to call Dr. Surendra Verma from Department of Pathology, JIP MEA from Pondicherry. Give him a big round of applause. Now I would like to call Dr. Preeti Pradhan, Dean from Chitkara University, Punjab.
A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I would like to call Dr. Narendra Saini, former Secretary General from IMA. Dr. Preeti Pradhan is not available, So I would like to call Dr. A.K. Anand, Director and Chairperson of Radiotherapy, Max Hospital, New Delhi. Now I would like to call Dr. S. Hukku, Chairman of Ranjan BUK Radiation Oncology Center in New Delhi.
A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
These are the doctors for our plenary sessions. I would like to call Dr. Indu Singh to present herself on standardization of professional education and training. Dr. Indu Singh.
A huge round of applause for her.
Thank you everybody for your attention. I'll just talk generally about, and I'll try to keep it short. Please stop me if I go over time. I'm just going to talk about how we standardize the education of all the allied health across Australia and what's happening in the world. And I'll touch a little bit upon what initiative India has taken and the ministry has taken so far, and how we can achieve it, and what we did, how we achieved it, and what we can do going further from here. So to start with, just wanted to show you, that's the place where I come from. That's Gold Coast, if many of you might have been there. Overview, I'll just talk about generally allied health, what all is included in there, how do we achieve the standardization and what we have done, what are the main key elements and people who are involved in that. And then what initiative has already been taken here, example of my own, how we changed it, what we did in last 4 years, and ultimately a take-home message. So just to keep it short, like I mentioned before, allied health is not only a support staff working in the background, it plays a very, very important role. And patient diagnosis is not the only issue. The patient care afterwards and the prevention of any conditions is more important, and that is where doctors don't play as much role as we do. Professional associations are used to recognize or encourage the knowledge, skills and abilities, and we've got plenty of associations in India as well as all over the world. The problem is associations work individually and they compete with each other. I am an association of biochemists, I am an association of hematologists. We need to be together, an association of all the allied health professionals. That's very important. Question is, we know what allied health professionals are. We all, in this room, this is, being here, all of us, this is itself an evidence how much we care about our profession. But what about outside this room? First question is, do we get the interchangeable and comparable training as students or as new employees? So many small universities, small private colleges, big institutions, everybody is playing their own different game. They all have different curriculums. They may have same curriculum, but the style with which they teach, that is not uniform, that's not same. What can we do? How can we work together and how we can... The key point is not so much about the same curriculum, it's about can we take our professional qualifications to different places, can we be global citizens, can we go and work in different hospitals or work in different states. Sorry. The next important thing is can we deliver the same and safe healthcare across the globe? And I don't only mean across the globe, means across the countries. How about in Chandigarh, Punjab, Haryana, Rohtak, South India, regional areas within the same state? Can we be at the same standard? Can we take the same patient care to every patient, irrespective of the fact that they can afford more expensive healthcare or they cannot afford? Can we be same human for everybody? Next thing is, who is responsible for that? Is it teachers' responsibility only to have good students or good graduates? Is it only the employer's responsibility that they have to train the new employees? Or is it a joint responsibility for all of us? We can't just say, I paid the fees, it is only the university's or school or college's responsibility. And we can't just say, it is students' responsibility because it's their future. We need to find a way to work together. And finally, I'll talk about what we have done and how we can move. I won't go into the details, I've just got a few points. Why is there need? What is this word standardization? It simply means we should be able to get a qualification, get the skills and competencies. It's not the certificate. It's not a piece of paper that we want. We need the competencies and we need the skills. And those competencies and skills that we get, can we then take it to the community? It's not only about the students learning themselves. Can they learn good and well enough that then they can train next generation? That is where the main thing is. So the need for the standardization is not only for us or just simply because I want to go in a different place and don't want to sit exam for registration, I should be able to allow it. That's one of the major issues though. You want to go to a different state sometimes, you need to go and sit the registration exam there. And the registration exams may be different, you need to go to a different country. The world is shrinking, we move around everywhere. I'm an example of that. So why can't we have something that is standardized, that is everywhere? Because why is there difference? Are the patients different? Are the diseases different? Yes, there is some variation and we have to adjust to that difference in the condition, in the social or the physical atmosphere. But end of the day, they are all the same patients. There should not be a difference in their teaching or their treatment. And finally, most important of all is the awareness. Nobody knows. I'll give you a small example. Stop me when I go ahead, please. But just want to give a small example. I get students coming from across Australia. When they finish year 11, before they go to year 12, they were brought into the university to make choices about what they want to do. A room of 500 students and at least 5 or 6 teachers, I asked them to raise hand and tell me, what does a medical scientist or medical technologist do, or what does a radiographer do? 90% of the students and at least 50% of teachers have no idea. I'll put the question differently. I'm talking a bit biased about medical science because I'm a medical laboratory person. I'll put it differently. I'll say, have you ever not given blood or your relatives or somebody who looks after their blood tests and who looks after if they have cancer and tissue? Oh, the nurse does that. So there's no awareness, and that's really important. Need to raise the awareness of our discipline. And that falls onto us. That doesn't fall onto the government or the administration or the leaders of the society. And if we do that, what is the impact? Most importantly, we can translate the knowledge and the attributes across, because nowadays we can't just, there used to be time when our parents used to finish the university or school or whatever profession, even if they finished year 10 or whatever, they got into a job, they retired from there. We can't. The world is changing. We need to keep changing. Every 5 years we need to advance our knowledge. If you look at any field, the technology is moving so fast. What I studied 5 years ago is changed today. What I studied 40 years ago doesn't even exist anymore. So if I want to teach today's students, I need to keep up with what happened yesterday, not what happened 40 years ago. And that's what requires communication skills. I need to have my networking going. I need to communicate with people. You need leadership skills. And communication and networking means you talk to the leaders and try to engage them with yourself. We need to be very empathic. That's key in the healthcare. If my heart is not into looking after the patient, if I don't care about the healthcare, I will never be a good student, I'll never be a good healthcare employee. And finally, the teamwork. That's something I find lacking. I'm sure it's not everywhere, but there's more competitiveness and less cooperativeness. We need to work cooperatively. What are the main key elements from my point of view and from what we do and what we have done at international as well as at national level in Australia and New Zealand? We have developed these key elements of standardized allied health professional education. And that goes across every field. It doesn't matter if the radiology or physio or whatever it is, skills and competencies. It's not about the bookish knowledge. We don't want to teach them what's written in the book. They can Google it. All the books are on the Google. We need to teach them how to and which is the best part to pick up. Adaptation to the local needs. We can't take what is being taught in Australia and I can't come and tell you, here's the curriculum, please teach this. No. There's a difference in population. You can't teach what you're teaching in New Delhi to the people in south of India. So we need to adapt, but we still need the standardization. We still need the same skills. We need to adapt to the local environment and the resources as well. Availability of workforce. Are we getting the right people? There are plenty of people who are applying for jobs. Which people are getting? It's not about not giving the job to people. It's about giving the job to the right people and moving the people to the area they can go to. When I get students coming to my faculty and they want to join the school, and after first year when I observe them and I see their interest is not there or they're not doing very well, I don't just tell them to leave the department. I don't fire my employees. I direct them to a different area. I sit down with them, I talk to them about their abilities, and I tell them, you can do this, why don't you move into that area and go and retrain yourself. Flexible curriculum. Many of us, especially ladies, I'm just being biased again, we got family responsibilities at times and maybe not all of them can be there to attend every class or every session that we have to. Sometimes male members, we have to work for our family, we have to earn some living, so we are studying and we are working part-time. So we need the flexibility in our curriculum where we can provide them opportunity to, and that's what we do. We provide them opportunity to do your practical work intensive for a whole week or 2 weeks. But they can do their studies at their own time. They need to make the assignments which fall, the whole responsibility should fall on the students' shoulders to be able to achieve what they want to achieve. It's not about us telling them. And then integrating the educators and healthcare whole process. They are not two different things. We can't teach in the school or university without bringing the industry to actually teach them. What I know in the, like I said, 40 years ago, what I learned is not applicable anymore. I need the people who are working in the industry with whom my graduates will go and work. They need to teach. I need to talk to them I don't develop the curriculum. I get the industry to develop the curriculum. And critical pedagogy. We need students to be critical. We want them to understand it's not about question and answer. It's not about learning what I've seen in the book and I should understand the process. No. It's about what would go wrong. It should be problem-based learning. We don't have textbooks anymore. We don't give them questions and answers. We give them cases. We give them the case studies to solve between the students in the groups. So how can we achieve that? It's easier said than done. We need not educators, of course, because that's what the onus falls onto. We need industry practitioners and healthcare providers. Not only the people who will be employing our graduates, we need the people who make the policies for those associations. We need the administrators and policymakers. We need them on board. We need their advice. We need human resources people. Because we can have graduates based on what the industry wants. What you guys want in your departments, we can bring you into the university or college and ask you to spend some time and train them. But if the human resources people, when they write their requirement for the job applications, it may not reflect what you taught them. So that is where the big gap would be. We need the accreditation bodies, and half of the time, and this happened with me as well, initially we didn't want to go for accreditation because when we look at the big accreditation bodies, they charge big fees and resources are limited everywhere, and we thought, can't be bothered, don't have that much money, we don't want to do it. But then we found that, like what you guys are doing here, make your own association, be your peer review with each other. We've got some excellent institutions, excellent PGIs and Aiims here. If you want to start with a small level, a small college or something, get these ones to be a review for your students. And of course, government agencies can't do anything without them, so you have to say, yes sir, please sir. My philosophy, what we have done and how we try to make this, the main thing was recognition and standardization. Curriculum was heavily skewed towards books, and we have changed that in our institute. Like I said, no textbooks. Yes, they have to do it because they do that. First year, second year, it's a 4-year, 5-year degree courses that we have. First year, second year, of course they need the books. You still need the taxonomy, Bloom's taxonomy, and you need to know electric physiology. Yes, of course you need. But once it comes to your specialized areas, it comes to radiation, it comes to laboratory science, it comes to physiotherapy or whatever area you are in, your expertise, that's where we don't have textbooks. That's where we bring the case studies from the hospitals, from the institutions, and we get the results from whatever the hospital has done or the institute has done. And we give it to the students and we get them to pretend that they are the ones already in the workplace that they have to work out. That way we put the onus on there. What I found here was the problem areas that they were reporting in that guidelines or in that standards. Lack of planned courses institutions, non-uniform nomenclature, and diverse standards of practice and look for lack of qualified faculty personnel. They've already found those problems. They're looking for the solutions, and they can't do it alone because what they can do is, it all depends on the availability of qualified and adequate. What is a qualified allied health professional? Not somebody with only BSc, MSc or PhD. All of us are qualified if we have enough experience. We can't just class the students or the staff because they don't have a piece of paper, they don't know. Sometimes they don't have a piece of paper because they didn't get an opportunity, but they have experience. Recognize your staff. Give them that, what reference they need. What our current standards are? Student learning outcomes and attainment of competencies, this is what we are basing on. So it's more about, we don't evaluate, we don't give them question answers. I don't give them multiple choice questions or essay questions that they have your exam paper to be marked by others, and we don't have exam papers, we just have the reflections and stay connected, and most importantly, the employees need to be continuing professional development, and we give that free to all the employees, wherever they are, in exchange for them giving us their employees to train our students. That's all I have to say today. It's teaching and learning. It's not about just sitting in a classroom and getting a degree. It is about how relevant it is for the patient care and everybody else. Some of the references that I mentioned, and thank you for your attention. And I'll be around for any questions.
We have just missed one welcome program. I would like to call President GFMTI, Dr. Pankaj Kaul, General Secretary Kaptan Singh. Please welcome our plenary guest on dais with bouquet. Dr. Pankaj Kaul, President GFMTI, and may I request Dr. S. Huppu, Director, BLK Hospital, Radiotherapy Department, please come on the dais. I request Dr. Surendra Verma, please come on the dais. Dr. Bhatia, please. Now, I request all the plenary speakers, please stick to your time. Dr. Verma, here, please. Next speaker, Dr. Y.P. Bhatia. May I request you to, yes.
नर्सेज हों, चाहे कोई और विभिन्न जो हमारी कैटेगरीज हैं वो सब हो, जब तक ये सब मिल के काम नहीं करेंगे, जब तक ये साथ साथ काम नहीं करेंगे, तो जैसा डॉक्टर इंदू ने कहा, हमारा जो सपना है, जो हम ये सोचते हैं कि हम यूनिवर्सल हेल्थ केयर इस मुल्क में, इस देश में लाएंगे, या हम सभी अपने नागरिकों को एक ऐसे स्वस्थ भारत की तरफ ले जाएंगे जहां उनकी जो दिक्कतें हैं, उनकी जो दुश्वारियां हैं, उनकी जो समस्याएं हैं, उनको हम सब मिलके उसका समाधान कर सके। वो तभी संभव है जब सभी उंगलियां, ये पांचों उंगलियों या इस हाथ की पांचों उंगलियां मिलके समन्वय के साथ काम कर सकेंगी। और चूंकि हमारी ये सोच ये है कि हाँ, इस ढंग से ही हमें आगे बढ़ना है, तो अगर आप लोगों ने शेयर किया होगा अपने, चूंकि यहाँ मैं देख रहा हूँ ज्यादा नौजवान बच्चे बैठे हैं, तो मुझे लगता है ज्यादा ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस वगैरह से आए होंगे। अगर आप लोगों ने शेयर किया होगा कि जो काम इन लोगों ने मिनिस्ट्री में बैठ के पिछले 3 साल में, 4 साल में, 2012 से लगातार जो काम ये लोग कर रहे हैं, अगर वो शेयर किया होगा या वो आप तक पहुंचा होगा, तो जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ, जो हमारा ध्येय है, लक्ष्य है, उसका एहसास इनको भी हुआ होगा और वो एहसास वो आप तक भी पहुंचा होगा। जहां तक मैं आपके सेक्टर को समझ पाया हूं, आपकी मूलतः 2-3 जो है मेन चैलेंजेस हैं। सबसे पहले, जैसे यहाँ कहा गया, कप्तान जी ने कहा, उससे पहले वदावन जी ने भी कहा, 65 साल हो गए हैं और एक ऐसा सेक्टर है और इतना बड़ा सेक्टर है जिसमें कोई भी रेगुलेटरी, आज के टर्म्स में रेगुलेटरी एक थोड़ा सा नेगेटिव टर्म होता है, लेकिन कोई ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है जो आपकी समस्याओं को, आपकी दुश्वारियों को आगे ले जा सके। जो हम आमतौर पे काउंसिल के रूप में देखते हैं, वैसी काउंसिल आपके क्षेत्र में अभी तक नहीं बनी है। डॉक्टरों की है, नर्सेस की है, डेंटल डॉक्टर्स की है, फार्मासिस्ट की है, लेकिन ये अलाइड हेल्थ का जो हमारा पूरा जो एक बहुत बड़ी बिरादरी है, उसमें इस तरह का कोई काउंसिल नहीं है। और ऐसा नहीं कि प्रयत्न नहीं हुए हैं, प्रयत्न हुए हैं, पहले भी हुए हैं, लेकिन सार्थक नहीं हुए। जहां तक उनको पहुंचना चाहिए था वहां तक पहुंचे नहीं। मेरी उम्मीद है कि इस बार, क्योंकि इस बार भी आपको सबको पता है, आज नहीं, अक्टूबर के महीने में हम लोगों ने एक ड्राफ्ट बिल वेबसाइट पे और पब्लिक डोमेन में डाला हुआ है, जिसमें आपकी आगामी जो काउंसिल है उसकी क्या रूपरेखा होगी, उसको बहुत ही क्लियर ढंग से उसको स्पेल आउट किया गया है। और मैं समझता हूँ अधिकतर लोगों ने यहाँ जो बैठे हैं उन्होंने उसको देखा होगा, उस पर चूंकि हमें काफी इनपुट्स भी आए, तो मेरी यही उम्मीद होगी कि ये जो कानून जिसके माध्यम से हम एक काउंसिल आप लोगों के लिए बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं वो सार्थक हो, और वो सपना जो आप सबका है कि आपकी भी एक नेशनल रेगुलेटरी बॉडी बने और उसके बाद फिर प्रांतों में, स्टेटों में भी उस तरह की एक बॉडी बने, वो साकार हो सकेगा। तो लेकिन वो सिर्फ, और ये डॉक्टर इंदू से मैं फिर उनके वर्ड्स को मैं बोरो करता हूँ, उनसे सीख लेता हूँ, लेकिन मैंने कहा कि जैसे अगर ये सार्थक होना है, तो जब तक आप सभी का, और आप सबसे, नॉट जस्ट जो यहाँ इस हॉल में बैठे हैं, बल्कि आपकी जो पूरी डिसिप्लिन है, और लोग, चूंकि ये अलाइड हेल्थ काउंसिल बिल जो हम जिसका खाका अभी बना है, उसमें और भी कई लोग हैं, तो वो सबके सब साथ अगर नहीं चलेंगे और मेहनत नहीं करेंगे, तो फिर वहीं हम रुक जाएंगे जहां 2007 में रुक गए थे। इसलिए बहुत जरूरी है कि अगर, जैसे उन्होंने कहा, डॉक्टर इंदू ने कहा, हम फैसिलिटेट कर सकते हैं, हम एक माहौल बना सकते हैं, हम एक रूपरेखा बना सकते हैं किसी रिफॉर्म की, लेकिन उस रिफॉर्म को आगे ले जाना आपके ऊपर उतना ही बड़ा दायित्व है जितना हम लोगों के ऊपर है। तो कृपया करके इसमें हमारी मदद करें, हमारे हमसे कंधा से कंधा मिला के साथ चले, ताकि हम इस कानून को साकार बना सके और आपके लिए आने वाले समय में एक नेशनल काउंसिल बन सके। आपका जो दूसरा बड़ा मुद्दा है, या दूसरा जो क्षेत्र है जिसमें काम करने की बहुत आवश्यकता है, वो क्वालिटी एजुकेशन, क्वालिटी कोर्स करिकुलम वगैरह से रिलेटेड है और उस पर भी कई वक्ताओं ने आपकी निशानदेही की है, आपका अटेंशन उस तरफ लाया है। उस क्षेत्र में भी मैं आपको बताऊं कि पिछले आपके अपने कोलीग्स ने, आपके जो यहाँ बैठे हैं स्टेज पे जो लोग, उन लोगों ने बहुत मेहनत की है पिछले 3 साल में और बहुत जल्द, चूंकि हम लोग वो कोर्स करिकुलम फाइनलाइज कर चुके हैं, सिर्फ माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी की उसमें अप्रूवल की उपेक्षा है, उसको भी फिर हम पब्लिक डोमेन में डालेंगे। और आज की डेट में चूंकि आपके पास कोई काउंसिल नहीं है, कोई रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क नहीं है, तो उसको हम अनिवार्य नहीं बना सकते, कंपलसरी नहीं बना सकते, लेकिन वो एक रूपरेखा के रूप में, एक मॉडल कोर्स के रूप में सबके लिए उपलब्ध होगा। और यहाँ बैठे हमारे एम्स के एमएस से और एम्स के डीडी से मेरा रिक्वेस्ट होगा कि इस प्रकार के जो कोर्सेज जब हम बनाते हैं और मिनिस्ट्री की तरफ से उसको पब्लिक डोमेन में डालते हैं, तो उनको अडॉप्ट करना हमारे ऐसे जो इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं, एम्स हैं, पीजीआई हैं, जिपमर हैं और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के जो अस्पताल हैं जहां अलाइड हेल्थ के कोर्सेज चल रहे हैं, उनका दायित्व है कि वो उन मॉडल कोर्सेज को अडॉप्ट करें। और मैं नहीं कहता कि वो परफेक्ट हैं, लेकिन जैसे मैं कह रहा हूं वो मॉडल कोर्स हैं, उसमें अगर कुछ वो तरमीम करना चाहते हैं, चेंज करना चाहते हैं, जरूर करें और करके उसको जरूर लागू करें, ताकि जो हमारा जो चैलेंज है कि पूरे मुल्क में, पूरे देश में एक यूनिफॉर्म सा सिलेबस हो या लगभग यूनिफॉर्म सा सिलेबस हो और उसमें क्वालिटी का एस्पेक्ट पूरी तरह से उसमें सम्मिलित हो, उसमें समावेश हो। इसकी जो आवश्यकता है उसको भी पूरा करने की तरफ हम लोग आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। और जैसे मैंने कहा, आपकी कैटेगरीज के लिए बोथ मेडिकल लैब टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट एज वेल एज आई थिंक रेडिएशन टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट, दोनों के लिए कोर्स करिकुलम बन चुका है और उसको हम पब्लिक डोमेन में ले जाने वाले हैं। इसी परिप्रेक्ष्य में, इसी बैकग्राउंड में छोटी सी भ्रांति रहती है, सभी के मनों में रहती है, क्योंकि एक हमारा डिपार्टमेंट है, गवर्नमेंट का एक डिपार्टमेंट है, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्किल्स, वो भी इस काम में आज आगे आ रहा है। भ्रांति ये रहती है कि कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं होगा कि जो हमारे ग्रेजुएशन के कोर्सेज हैं, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के कोर्सेज हैं, हायर एजुकेशन, पीएचडी, एमफिल एक्सेट्रा, उसमें इनका हस्तक्षेप यानी स्किल डिपार्टमेंट का हस्तक्षेप हो जाएगा और फिर हमारा जो एक फ्रेमवर्क बन रहा है एजुकेशन का, वो थोड़ा सा धुलमिल सा हो जाएगा। इस भ्रांति को मैं दूर करना चाहता हूं। मैंने आपके एसोसिएशन के जो कारकुन हैं उनको भी मैंने बताया था कि अभी आज की डेट में कम से कम स्किल डिपार्टमेंट का जो उनकी मंशा है वो यही है और हमारी भी वही मंशा है कि 12वीं क्लास तक के जो कोर्सेज होंगे, यानी ग्रेजुएशन से नीचे के जो कोर्सेज होंगे, उसका फ्रेमवर्क डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्किल बनाएगा, ताकि बच्चे शुरू से जिनको इस तरफ रुझान है, इन साइंसेज में उनका रुझान है, वो इसकी तरफ शुरू से ही ज्ञान प्राप्त कर सकें और आगे चल के अगर जब वो चाहें कि हाँ ग्रेजुएशन करना चाहते हैं या पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करना चाहते हैं, तो वो फिर जो हमारा जो फॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चर होगा मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ का और आप द्वारा दिया गया जो फॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चर होगा, उसमें वो सम्मिलित हो सकें। उसमें जैसे बाहर के मुल्कों में भी है कि कुछ क्रेडिट्स आप आगे कैरी कर पाते हैं, ताकि अगर आपका मान लीजिए 4 साल का आपका लैब का कोर्स है और आपने +2 में भी लैब का कोर्स किया हुआ है, तो कुछ क्रेडिट्स आप वहां से आगे ले जा सकेंगे और आगे ले जाने से हो सकता है कल के समय में वो 4 साल का कोर्स कंप्रेस करके 3 साल का 2.5 साल का भी किया जा सकता है, ताकि आप एक स्तर ज्यादा जल्दी से पहुंच सके। तो ये फ्रेमवर्क अभी नेगोशिएट हो रहा है। ये फ्रेमवर्क नेगोशिएट क्या मतलब, इसमें फैसले हो चुके हैं और इसी ढंग से हमें आगे बढ़ना है। यानी ग्रेजुएशन एंड अबव का जो भी कोर्स होगा वो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ में बनेगा और अप टू स्कूल लेवल के +2 लेवल के जो कोर्सेज होंगे वो डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्किल में बनेंगे। तो ये फ्रेमवर्क है जिसको लेके हम लोग आगे बढ़ रहे हैं और आप सभी मानेंगे कि सिर्फ मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ अगर इसमें लगेगी तो शायद इतने इंस्टीट्यूशन हम ना बना सके, इतनी संस्थाएं हम इतनी जल्दी ना बना सके, जहां के लैब टेक्नीशियंस की या रेडियोलॉजी टेक्नीशियंस की या और भी अलाइड हेल्थ हमारे जो प्रोफेशंस हैं उनसे उनके लिए उनको पढ़ाने के लिए, उन कोर्सेज को चलाने के लिए सुविधाएं बना सकें हम इतनी जल्दी। इसलिए एक और डिपार्टमेंट का भी सहयोग उसमें लिया जा रहा है और वो स्कूल के लेवल पे ये कोर्सेज बनाएंगे और चलाएंगे। तीसरा पहलू जिसकी ओर आपका मैं ध्यान आकृष्ट करना चाहता हूं, लैब टेक्नीशियंस और लैब रिसर्च में आपका सुविनर देख रहा था, उसमें कई चीजों में, कई क्षेत्रों में रिसर्च पेपर्स की बात है, छोटे छोटे समरीज दिए हुए हैं। इसका मतलब है कि आप उस कार्य पे तो चले हुए हैं जहां आप मेडिकल साइंसेज के रिसर्च के एरिया में आपने काम करना शुरू कर दिया है। एक और क्षेत्र है जहां मेडिकल डिवाइसेस का क्षेत्र आता है, क्योंकि आप उसी से काम करते हैं, आप उसी क्षेत्र में काम करते हैं जहां टेक्नोलॉजी या डिवाइसेस को यूज करके पेशेंट केयर को आगे बढ़ाया जा रहा है। एक एरिया ये भी है, और खास करके जो मेक इन इंडिया का कॉन्सेप्ट हमारे यहाँ आज चल रहा है, उसके कॉन्टेक्स्ट में जो मेडिकल डिवाइसेस हैं या टेक्नोलॉजी है, उसका भी भारतीयकरण होना बहुत जरूरी है और उसमें भी काम होना बहुत जरूरी है। तो वो भी एक पहलू है जिसके ऊपर आप सभी ध्यान दे सकते हैं, और इसमें इंटरनेशनल कोलैबोरेशन वगैरह भी आप ला सकते हैं। बाहर से ज्ञान शेयरिंग होके, इंडिजिनाइजेशन होके हमें अपनी डिवाइसेस, अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी भी बनानी चाहिए। यही 3 चीजें थी जिनके बारे में मैं आपसे आज बात करना चाह रहा था। इसके अतिरिक्त ये मेरा हमेशा चूंकि मैं हेल्थ से अब काफी समय से जुड़ा रहा हूं और मुझे हेल्थ से अथाह प्रेम है, हेल्थ सेक्टर से मुझे बहुत प्रेम है, तो अब मैं अपनी निजी बात करूंगा, और वो बात सिंपल है। मैं समझता हूं कि अगर मुझे भगवान ने, ईश्वर ने, अल्लाह ने हेल्थ में काम करने का मौका दिया है तो मैं बहुत ही भाग्यवान हूं। और इसी प्रकार से जैसे मैं अपने को भाग्यवान समझता हूं, कृपया करके आप भी, मैं समझता हूं आप सभी जरूर सोचते होंगे इस पे, आप सभी अपने को भी भाग्यवान समझें। और जब आप भाग्यवान समझेंगे अपने को, तो हमारा जो दरिद्र नारायण है उसका प्रेम आपके दिल में जरूर आएगा। जो गरीब आदमी है, जिसको हमें ऊपर ले जाना है, जिसके लिए हम ये सेक्टर में आए हैं, जिसके लिए हम ये पढ़ रहे हैं, सीख रहे हैं, कार्य कर रहे हैं, उसके लिए मन में, दिल में हमेशा एक कोमलता, एक स्नेह का भाव रखिए। और यही आपकी एथिक्स है, चाहे वो डॉक्टरों की एथिक्स हो, चाहे वो अलाइड हेल्थ वर्कर्स की हो। ये आप सबके लिए बहुत ही जरूरी चीज है, क्योंकि जब तक वो स्नेह और प्यार आपके मन में नहीं होगा, वो सेवा भाव आप में नहीं आएगा, और वो सेवा भाव नहीं आएगा तो जो आपका दायित्व है गरीब लोगों के प्रति, दरिद्र लोगों के प्रति, जरूरतमंद लोगों के प्रति, वो आप सही ढंग से उसका निर्वाह नहीं कर सकते। तो अंत में आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और मैं माफी चाहूंगा जो हमारे इंटरनेशनल डेलीगेट्स हैं। मैंने जानबूझ के आज चुना कि मैं हिंदी में बोलूंगा, शायद आप लोगों के प्रति ये थोड़ा सा अनादर कह लीजिए या जो भी कह लीजिए, बट मुझे आज मन था कि मैं आपसे अपनी भाषा में एक संवाद करूं। और मैं इस उपेक्षा, इस उम्मीद के साथ जा रहा हूं कि जो भी लक्ष्य हम लोगों ने अपने लिए चुना है, मैं हमेशा कहता हूं कि जो भी होता है वो एक साथ होता है। जो स्टेक होल्डर्स होते हैं और जो पॉलिसी मेकर्स होते हैं, उनके समन्वय और उनके तालमेल से ही होता है। तो जो भी लक्ष्य हमने चुने हैं और जो भी अपने लिए हमने चैलेंजेस एक्सेप्ट किए हैं, उसको आने वाले समय में हम सब मिलके आगे बढ़ाएंगे। आप सभी का पुनः बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Now I request Shri V. Srinivas to address the gathering with few words. Thank you. RSV sir. Okay, sorry. So now we'll start the memento presenting session. To present memento to Honorable Shri Ali RSV. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I request Dr. Mohan Bhagwat from Hamdard University to present memento to Honorable Shri V. Srinivas.
A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Now I request Mr. Satish Dubey from Indian Red Cross Blood Bank to present memento to Honorable Dr. D.K. Sharma. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I request Mr. Balwan Singh Mehta from Central Hospital Northern Railway to present memento to Honorable Dr. Pankaj Kaur. Give him a big round of applause.
Now I request Mr. Hari Mohan from Kalavati Hospital, New Delhi to present memento to Honorable Mr. G.S. Vadavan.
Now request Sushil Kumar Pandey from Aiims to present memento to Mr. Kaptan Singh Sherawat.
Now I request Mr. Lakpat Tanwar from Aiims to present memento to Dr. Indu Singh. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I request Mr. Devarishi Bhattacharya from Central Forensic Laboratory, Kolkata to present memento to Honorable Mr.
Now I request Honorable Dr. Pankaj Kaur to speak few words as a vote of thanks. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Dr. Pankaj Kaur.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I would like to beg pardon for being late because of upheaval in this Haryana. We started our journey waiting since morning. Ultimately, we started at 10 o'clock when TV showed that there is no problem, now roads are clear. But we reached up to Smalakha, but from Smalakha there was only 65 kilometers Delhi. But security people did not allow us to enter Delhi. We had to go back to Karnal and come through Uttar Pradesh and through lots of problems, all broken roads. Ultimately, I'm thankful to Almighty that I reached here on time. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I would wish to express my hearty gratitude and appreciation to all those who have helped us in organizing this convention. I, on behalf of my association, am thankful to Honorable Shri B.P. Sharma, Secretary Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, for agreeing to be the chief guest of this function, but due to some engagements he could not come, and I am really thankful to Shri Ali Rizvi that he has presided over our function. Sir, thank you very much for this. In spite of Rizviji's extremely busy schedule, he has always been a source of constant guidance in all our pursuits regarding allied health profession. And I am really surprised. The clarity of our problems he has expressed, he knows much better than us, as he has explained. Similarly, I remember the days when I was the student of Professor N.K. Ganguly, who was earlier at PG ICMR, now he is advisor in Ministry of Health. When some foreign guest used to come to our department, he used to just convey us a message that visitor is coming, you be at your stations. And at that time, when he will come to our lab, he will explain our PhD work much better than what we can express. So similarly, I see the image of the same my teacher in Shri Ali Rizvi ji, the way he has expressed ourselves. Sir, thank you very much. I am thankful to all guests of honors for releasing the souvenir of our Ahpcon-2016, for which we had done a lot of hard work. You can't imagine that. All the way through ordeal of arriving abstracts at the last moment, how we have compiled it. It is my scientific committee and Serawatji and all the organizing members, they know how much hard work we have done. And thank you very much for all of you who have contributed in that. All these guests of honors had been actively involved and guided us right from charting our scientific program and at various stages of organizing this conference. We have been extremely fortunate to have the overwhelming support extended by our respecting teaching faculty and other international and national colleagues, to have gurus of their stature actively participating in our CPD is an immense moral booster of the organizing committee. Thank you, madam and sir, for being with us, especially Dr. Verma. I have been eating his head since long and he has really arrived here. I am so much thankful, sir, from the deepest core of my heart. I am thankful to chairperson of various committees for their arrangements in reception, registration, venue, stage, transport, catering, accommodation and culture program, which will be shown in the evening. I hope you all will enjoy that. The success of conference is the participation of delegates, and really I am impressed to know that more than 750 people have registered till date, and today's spot registration, how many will do that I don't know. It will exceed more than 800. I extend my appreciation and thanks to our sponsor, Audiovisual, Sanitation, Engineering and Horticulture Department of prestigious All India Institute of Medical Sciences, for providing all infrastructure help. Mr. Harimohan Jangir ji, he needs special mention for having done an excellent job of registration. I am highly thankful to him. Organizing conference requires support of our families and friends. I appreciate with gratitude for liberal support of all our well-wishers around us that made it possible. I acknowledge the immense support of my executive committee colleagues who looked after all when I was spending most of my time in arranging other things. Thank you very much for that. Though we have tried our best for making your stay comfortable, inconveniences might have occurred during the process. I would personally apologize for them, and we will make sincere efforts to rectify them with your cooperation. Idea of holding of Ahpcon was in fact seeded in Berlin when we, myself, my colleague Kaptanji and Mr. Manoj went to Berlin to attend an international conference, and there we had planted this idea, why not to have conferences, and this is the second of its series that we are having. Earlier we had in RMLH, and now we are having it in Aiims. So let us enjoy the warmth of togetherness by updating ourselves through these biennial series of conferences, and I wish that it should continue like that. Last but not the least, I must salute Mr. Kaptan Singh Serawatji for his consistent efforts to invite a galaxy of dignitaries who are the right person to understand our professional ailments and anomalies as highlighted by him. I do sincerely wish that you all enjoy the next moments of the day as much as we did while making all arrangements for the event. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.